Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Jersey and today we are gonna be taking a look at the new build that I just did for RuneScape, and we're taking a little look at a little like cozy cottage right over here. This will be kind of like a little small build. We got the bottom floor, we're gonna have also the upstairs floor. Now we're doing something a little different. I'm gonna be showing you what the build looks like at the beginning of the video, and then it's gonna go into the speed build video portion of this video. But as you can see, something that I really wanted to do different was in the roof. I really wanted to look more like it's been there for a long time. I didn't want this looking perfect. Maybe they've been fixing it over time, and just to give it a little more characteristics. And when it comes to the roofing, so we got like all these little spikes coming up. Now I still am struggling when it comes to the roofing in building in this game. I keep losing support, so I'm gonna keep practicing on the very top. It's not exactly what I wanted, but for now that is what I have. Now as you can see here, this is a round cottage. We got a round deck going on. We got the very top rim area. We got fire going out in torches all around the area. We did a little accent with the little squares all across the area. Again, the bottom of the foundation of the flooring, we went ahead and put in logs in there. We got a walkway over here that leads you in stairs in front, side, and side, and then wrapping around this area on the inside. That way it's not just the wall itself with this little like bench going all the way around. Now if you have decorations already unlocked, you can start putting like the jewels, the gems. You can put just like crates or anything that you want, and hopefully in future updates, when we get farming and all that, we're gonna get flowers, flower boxes and stuff like that. Now some of the walls, as you can see, I did them out of the logs, so to give it this other look. And I also did the logs all around the windows and the frames, and you're gonna see that all around the build video. Now I also like this little arch frame that I did all the way around, just to give it a little depth. Now once you come in here, as you can see the logs going through the wall. You got enough space over here that if you want to make this like a little living room, maybe you want to do all your cooking over here. We got a stairs design, and then we have a little like pantry area or another closet that you can put stuff over here and keep it out of sight, you know, just to give you that little home atmosphere, right? And then it's gonna lead you into the upstairs. We got plenty of windows going all around. Now on the window frame, I am using the oak, so we can get the nicer window frame, so it looks a little nicer. And this will lead you into the second floor of the home. So now when you look at on the outside, it looks like you got all this roof, because this room area, it is building like into the roof area. So again, if you would like to have like an actual second floor with windows, then just basically double what we did on the bottom, double on the top, and then you can do what we did here, most likely on the top, right? That'd be kind of the best scenario. Now we got like these little compartments over here. I went ahead and created like all these little closets. Again, you can display your armor, you can just put things open there. You can also make this a storage area. Now this is also a great cottage if you just want to use it as a teleporting hub, or maybe just storage area, maybe some kind of cooking or mechanics, or early started workshop build, just depending what you would like, right? I wanted to create something different. I wanted to start experimenting with the game and to create something that is a little bit different than what we have built before. But this is the video of the kind of the tour of what you're about to see when we start doing the little build. And again, don't forget that if you want to follow along after you watch the video, don't forget that you can slow down the video on YouTube, right? You can slow it down and follow along a little bit easier. Just feel free to mute the sound and all of that, and it should be great. Now here we go. So we're gonna start with the foundation. We're gonna do the triangle piece at first, because we gotta create this little round platform. If you remember one of my gazebo, I couldn't handle the little triangles, but we're doing a lot better now. We're doing a lot better. So as you can see over here, we start with the foundation, and we're gonna go around using the triangle pieces. Now again, if you want to expand on this idea, just keep making the platform bigger and bigger, and then just kind of add and connect. So if you find the cottage a little too small for your liking, I'm pretty sure if you just keep branching out and make just the round bigger, and then you just select the next circle where we put the initial walls and you put those there. But as you can see, we did the first one and then we go with triangle and square pieces, and we're gonna start getting the entryway over here. So the entryway will be right in front of the stairs. And once again, we're gonna expand the circle that we are creating here with the triangle and square pieces. And again, this is like one of those parts that I would suggest that you can probably slow down the video if you wanna follow along. That way it's just a little bit easier. But as you can see, I'm just working in each of the pieces and then kind of going into the circular formation. Once you get the hang of it, it's actually pretty easy. It's just sometimes in the beginning it is a little bit tricky, and trust me, I struggle a lot. I spend way too much time trying to do this build over here, but I think it turned out really good. I'm very happy with it. One of the things we're gonna add a lot of windows. That way you can see around the area. You can go with this normal windows. You can do double windows. You can just pick with whatever frame type of you want, or no windows at all. Maybe just 2 windows in the front, or 1 in the front, 1 in the back. It's gonna be up to you. There's different options for you to choose when it comes to the window format. Now, when it comes to the stairs, again, you don't have to have a second floor, and you can keep it all open. Again, now if you do that, please work on your foundation and support, because you're gonna need support beams to do that. The roofing, and I did add all those support beams that you see in the second level. It is to hold on that roof, because if you don't do those support beams, then it could tell you that it's unstable. So that is something that is still to this moment trying to figure out build when it comes to the roofing, because I want to be more creative, but you need a lot of support, and it's something strange. I'm still getting the hang of it when it comes to the roofing. Like, I'm enjoying a lot of the building, except when it comes to the roofing, because sometimes it comes out so high that you need extra support, and it's just a little tricky. So what we're doing around and around. We're putting all these support beams. We're gonna go with the full one and then the half one. Again, I'm a fan of having that extra half. It just feels a lot better, more comfortable when you're walking into a home than it just being so tight and the character almost touching the roof. So I do like a little bit extra spacing, and to me in this build the half works great. And as you can see, I'm expanding now to the second flooring when it comes to this build. And again, we're using the triangle pieces and the square pieces to make all of this reality. And it's pretty straightforward when in this process, right? We just started with the foundation. You start kind of trying to create this circle, and then you go again, you start pricking the foundation on the top. You're gonna create a circle, and then you start adding your little support beams in different areas, so you can kind of close this up. Now, 2 ways I decided to close this wall. You can keep it open, you can do something different, you can just add frames. It's gonna be really up to you. I do want to kind of close it so it looks a little more finished and official, and right there we added a little pantry right there. Now what we're gonna do, we're gonna go with the half square and half triangles, and we're gonna expand the outer rim. That way we have a little edge just over the actual home. Now, I like this look a lot better than the roof just right at the edge of the wall. It just feels like you have a little bit more depth when it comes to your roofing. So I went ahead with the half. You can go full square if you want to. I did a test with the full square. It just made the roof a lot bigger than what I wanted, so I didn't like it as much. And then I did a test not having the half squares or the half triangle. Did not like it as much. I personally did like it more like this. So if there's something that you like, then you can kind of imitate it. So now what we're doing here, we're doing the 45 degree roofing. It's so far my favorite roof. I tried to use the other ones, I think it's the 30, but it doesn't look as good for the stuff that I'm building, so I keep using the 45, as you can see. So we're gonna go around, slow down that portion so you can see how I align the little dots, and that will help you. And the same thing right over here. This is a little bit tricky to line up the corners, but this is when I started having the little edge out, so it gives it that old, I don't know, it just feels a little like this is being in the forest for a while. Maybe they've done some repair work, things broke, and then just patching things in, and that's why you got all this little like jagged formats. But I like this a lot instead of having the perfect roof. I did that for the gazebo in a little bit. It was a little too not too perfect, you know, so we did a little imperfections, and I really like this one right here. It just feels a little more magical. It feels more like in a fantasy realm. It just, I really like it, so I like it a lot. Again, if you don't like the style of the roofing that I did here and having all these pieces like overlapping and clipping, you can just try to work really hard to line things up and find maybe the medium pieces and have things line up a lot better. That is something that you can try, but I personally wanted this look, and I liked it at the end. I just feel like it looks really cool. So now, as you will hear, now we're using the bigger corner piece. On the bottom, we're using the small one. On the middle section, we're using more of the bigger piece. And again, I'm just kind of trying to align it. I would really recommend to slow down, put the video on slow mo right there, so you can see those little dots when they highlight. It will give you the clue where to put them. Now we gotta put the inside foundation on over here, because this is the roof from the bottom of the floor. So now we're gonna have working on our bedroom over here, and slowly we gotta start working and adding the support beams. Now when it comes to the support beam, I don't want it just to be like a beam going from the roof and on the bottom, you know, because then there'd be too many. I really want to start getting better when it comes to the support beams over here, so it registers that there's support. You still gotta have some ones that are going straight down and stuff like that, but you see how I'm doing this diagonal here and right at the middle, and then going, and that is supporting the roof on the side. And now you got the beams that we first put that are supporting that other roof right there, and it really tells the game that it's like, hey, you're being supported. And I'm doing all this like crisscross, and I really like this a lot. Again, when it comes to the support beams, I feel like you just gotta keep practicing and play with it. It is annoying. I'll be real. It is annoying, and you can spend 3 hours just trying to get your roof to register so you can actually finish it, and that's what happened to me. So yeah, it took me that top, in the very top, that little section, it took forever to finally get the game to register, and it only registered in a specific roof piece. It won't even let me do the corner, so I wanted to do the corner so it's a little more pointy, and it wouldn't let me do it. So I actually had to use the medium 45 to actually finish the roof on the top, because the only piece that worked. Again, I could be doing something wrong, don't understand it, but yeah. But now on the bottom over here, we're finishing the build. We're doing the the triangle pieces, the small one, to fill all the gaps. I really like how it looks on the bottom. And again, this is something that I wanted to kind of hang out just a little bit, so it's just kind of hanging out on this direction. I really like this, and now it's finally taking shape. Things are looking good, and this is when the only piece that will register is this. It's this medium 45, so it's not what I wanted. If you figure it out and you do actually better, please let me know. Let me know how you did it. Let me know how you figure out to put the corner pieces, the small one, because I just wanted to be pointy on the top. I could not. I spent so much time trying to work on that top of the roof, and nothing would work except for that piece. So that's what I ended up doing. Now where we had the half squares, I went ahead and put the little smaller piece. Again, you can leave it open. You can do any other design. You can put windows if you wanted all of that to be window instead. Be creative on what you would like up there. I think it's fantastic. In some builds I left it open, and other ones I closed it like I just did right now. Now on the top over here, we're gonna do a little rail work, you know, that way it feels a little safety. I'm hoping one day they'll give actually like more fencing options though, so we don't have to build it like this, and it has a different look as well. But right now I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying it, building it and making my own. Now over here, this is what you saw in the beginning of the video, and we're trying to take away the flat, right? Just the way the walls end and meet on the bottom. So we want it to be a little bit better and have a little more depth. So I'm taking the one little square and align it to the front of each of the pieces, so it's gonna give you a little angle, and then we're gonna close it, and then we're gonna put the little like floor piece that will make it look like it's sitting. Again, when it comes to decoration, I think this will give you the option to do a lot more. Now you can alternate this. You can have one yes, one no, one yes, one no. Maybe you want to keep it where there's a window, and then you can just put some stuff to decorate, and the one that there's no window, you can keep it open. I think you can have a lot of fun when it comes to this, and also take this idea for other builds that you're doing that you may want to add something like this. But yeah, I actually like this a lot. I feel like it just gives it a little bit different, and it gives you that little trim in the bottom, and I think that was the word that I was trying to find. A little trim in the bottom, same way that we're gonna do a little trim in the top. You're gonna see that very soon, and it's gonna help out and put the build and everything together. And I think it's gonna be really nice, and something that I think a lot of people will enjoy. Like right now, we just put in the little seat. Well, I wouldn't sit, but it's kind of the small tile of the floor, and it fits perfectly. And look at that. It just looks nice. It looks like a little bench, a seating area. And again, you can use this to put your rocks, to put anything that you want right now, right? Anything of the little things that we got to decorate. I know we don't have a lot of decoration items, and I can't wait for the developers to reveal what's in the plan for all our people that we love building bases and coming up with new houses and decorating, because we do need a little bit of that. Now, in between where we put the two pieces at first, right? It's a little angle. We're gonna put a little bit of the wood. We're gonna put that there, and to fill that gap, you're gonna need two pieces. So one's gonna one side, one on the other one, but then it's gonna make everything feel flush and look very nice. And you see, it just looks really nice. I really like building. I know I've been building a lot with the basic block. I've been so concentrating on building. I gotta play the game so I can get more of the other stuff, so we can start building with the other material that we have. But the great thing about, again, building even with these materials here, that if you're watching this video and you want to start switching out the pieces, you can, right? You can switch the pieces and use the ones that are a little more elegant or look a little better, and incorporate it into this build or mix and match. There's a lot of opportunity when it comes to that. But I've been enjoying a lot building in the game, and I feel like this particular kind of little cottage type of cabin, and if you put them in a very dense forest area, depending how you envision your map, or maybe you're creating a little village, right? And you want to put more different houses, then this is another great for your addition. Now, as you can see, we're putting, again, a little rails going around here, and these are little details that I think it always takes the build to another level. It gives it this depth. Again, it gives you like, oh my gosh, I gotta go here. You can't just jump. I don't know, it just works really well, and I really like adding all these extra details. Now, on the side over here, instead of jumping, I definitely wanted to have some stairs, and I'm glad that the stairs actually clipped in very well. I was unsure first, and I didn't know if I needed to do something different or bring a step outwards and then put the stairs, but they were able to clip in on the side, so I really like that. Over here, this is something that you're gonna do in the walls that don't have the windows. You're gonna do all the logging, and then the ones on the windows, what I did, one on the top, one on the bottom of the window frame, and then we put in one on the side and one on the side, and that is just to change a little bit of the look. This is something that I've been talking with the members of the channel, that I've been playing along with and building in their world, and this idea came up, and we just kept thinking about it, and I was like, you know what, I want to try over here, see how it looks, and I think it looks really great. You can actually make a whole cabin or house with like that, with the logs. It's gonna take you time. You gotta have patience and be ready, because it does take a moment, and if you want to make it all like that, but it could give you a whole different look if you're looking for something different. Now, on the very top of the roof over here, I want to do a little edge work. Again, this is details that you don't have to do if you don't want to. If you like it better without this, feel free to do it, but I wanted to push a little bit more of this build and add those extra detail that could be like, oh, this is cool, this looks nice, and gives it a little depth. And again, matching a little what we did on the bottom, matching it on the top, and as you're gonna go all around the area, and then you're gonna add these beams over here. Now, I wish we had a shorter one, but it actually worked out. We don't have banners, we don't have like hanging lanterns yet or nothing like that, so this will be a great way in the future. If they give us like lanterns that we can hang, you can put them on the bottom. But since we didn't do that, I was able to do the torches, and then I wanted to do like a little frame that's wrapping around on the top. Again, kind of imitating what we did in the bottom with the railing and all of that in the bottom. So we kind of do it on the top. And again, it's just to give the little cabin, the little cottage, a little extra pizzazz when it comes to adding details and to see what can be possible in the game. I seen many things that people are doing and it's incredible. So now I'm diving myself to do a little bit. We're still going to continue with the simple series for the people that want to build simple. They don't want to build too elaborate. But now and then I want to also do something a little more elaborate to see how far we can take the game and what kind of roofing we can do, what kind of divisions we can do. And I think this one is a great start, and I really like this. Again, you can use this as a place just to storage. You can use this as your teleporter place, and this could be where you teleport in and out of your village. You can put it like this in the center. It could be kind of cool on that, and then you don't need then you just make it a section and then people go in and out. You can put, instead of windows, a lot of doors that people go in and out with no door, just kind of like make them look like an archway. And that could be a great way to utilize this build for something like that, especially if you're doing a lot of multiplayer and you're doing a lot of that. And you could build something similar to this, maybe a little simple, kind of like I did with the gazebo, and everywhere you put a teleport in the world, you could do something like that. So when you're landing in other area, not just on your base, you can do this. Again, this is stuff that I think about all the time, what we could do in the future to kind of make a world, because then you can build anywhere on the world. And the map is not as big as other games. You could really do some elaborate thinking and projects in this world and just connect it all together. So as you can see over here, that way it illuminates really good at night. I decided to put torches all the way around, and my goodness, I really like the way this looks at night. I think it came out together very nicely, and again with the light and the shadows and the roof pieces, I really like the way this came out. I also like the window in the back that you can see, kind of like the runestone over there. So it's kind of like when the doors open, it gives you this little magical feeling. So you see it back there, all that purple glowing, and it's really cool, really cool. We're putting a little walkway leading to kind of the road right over here. Now we're adding the foundation in the bottom, so we're putting some of those logs again. I like this. I like doing this. Again, you don't have to. This is just extra detail. I feel like it really elevates the build, and it gives it this extra detail that when you don't add it, it looks good, but it looks simple. And by just adding these logs, it takes it up again, another notch, another level, and it just feels really good. But I'm liking this, and this is how it looked, guys. You already saw the walkthrough in the beginning, so I'm really happy that you like this build. Thank you so much. We're gonna keep working, we're gonna keep building, and we're gonna see what's gonna be next on the next video. So don't forget to hit that like, subscribe, and I'll see you all on the next one. All right, guys, see you later. Bye.